Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Venus and this is my February TBR that some of you guys chose for me and didn't even realize. So I posted this picture up on my Instagram or Bookstagram channel and on my community tab on my YouTube channel. And it is a stack of library books that I need to get through so I can return them to the library so other people can read them. There are a bunch of books that I've seen recommended on booktube and Bookstagram, and I loved the premise of them, or they got really good reviews, and they've just been piling up. So I've got to get through them. I posted the picture and asked which ones I should make priority. So those are the ones that I have chosen for part of my February TBR. So let's jump right in. The first few books I'm going to talk about are actually books that I already knew I wanted to read in February, books that I'm continuing on in series, or trying to catch up on my NetGalley stack that's also piling up. So the first book is Justice of Kings by Richard Swan. This is a fantasy book. I'm literally on page 5. I really don't know too much about this book, other than it's highly recommended, and I have the second book. I was approved for an ARC for it, so I need to obviously read the first one. Let's see, what is this about? It says, the empire of the wolf simmers with unrest. Rebels, heretics, and powerful patricians all challenge the power of the imperial throne. Only the order of justices stands in the way of chaos. Sir Conrad von Volt is the most feared justice of all, upholding the law by way of his sharp mind, arcane powers, and skill as a swordsman. At his side stands Helena Sedanka, his talented protege, orphaned by the wars that forged the empire. When the pair investigates the murder of a provincial aristocrat, they unearth a conspiracy that stretches to the very top of the imperial society. As the stakes rise and become ever more personal, Von Volt and Helena must make a choice. Will they abandon the laws they've sworn to uphold in order to protect the empire? I am only on page, I think up to 10 maybe, I don't know, not even, I'm on page 7. And I already really like the writing style. It's already gripped me. I can already kind of get a sense of Von Volt's character, his personality, and I like it. He kind of seems like a jerk, but in a funny way. So far, literally on page 6, but I'm digging it so far. I'm excited to read it. I've heard nothing but wonderful things about it, and I'm super excited that, like I said, I have the ARC, so I can jump right into that after I finish this book. There are 2 rereads that I'm continuing, and that is Harry Potter. So I'm reading Chamber of Secrets, and I'm in love, still absolutely absorbed by this world, love all the characters still, and I can't wait to continue on, and I'm listening to the audiobook too, and it's so amazing. So continuing on with Harry Potter, and also continuing on with my Song of Ice and Fire reread. This is going to be the second book, Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin, and I'll talk about it in my wrap-up, but I'm still also very much in love with this series, and I cannot wait to continue this one as well. Game of Thrones, I feel like I don't really need to explain what this is. It's a fantasy book, considered grimdark, morally gray characters, lots of political intrigue in it, and it's a fun time, so it's Game of Thrones. That's all I'm really going to say about that. So next we're getting into the books that some of you guys chose. Actually, the first 2 are shorter books that actually no one chose, but because they're shorter, I'm going to try to get them knocked out, and I think maybe one of them was chosen. I can't remember. But I'm trying to get those knocked out quickly because, like I said, they're very short. So the first one is The Midnight Club by Christopher Pike. This is a teen, it's in the teen section, I don't know, young adult horror book. And I initially saw this author's covers for all of his horror books, and I loved them so much. This obviously is a newer version of the book, so I'll post a picture up of what some of his covers look like that just look so much fun. So that's why I picked up this book. I kept seeing this author's books just kind of all over the place. They're on mass market paperback, and like I said, the covers just look really intriguing to me. I didn't even realize apparently this is coming to Netflix. They've made it into a show. But this is about, I'm just going to read the back because I literally have no idea. It says, Rotherham Home was a hospice for young people, a place where teenagers with terminal illnesses went to die. Nobody who checked in ever checked out. It was a place of pain and sorrow, but also remarkably a place of humor and adventure. Every night at 12, a group of young guys and girls at the hospice came together to tell stories. They called themselves the Midnight Club, and their stories could be true or false, inspiring or depressing, or somewhere in between. One night, in the middle of a particularly scary story, the teenagers make a secret pact with each other. The first one who dies will do whatever he or she can do to contact us from beyond the grave to give us proof that there is life after death. Then one of them does die. Sounds creepy. It is very short. The words are kind of big, so I mean it's 215 pages, but like I said, it just looks, if you can see the font and everything, it just looks like it'll be a super quick read. So I wanted to jump into this first because it's short. Next one is another short. This is also horror. This is adult horror, I'm pretty sure. Again, I don't know. I think it has something to do with vampires. Let's see. A lyrical and dreamy reimagining of Dracula's Brides, A Dowry of Blood is a story of desire, obsession, and emancipation. Saved from the brink of death by a mysterious stranger, Constanta is transformed from a medieval peasant into a bride fit for an undying king. But when Dracula draws a cunning aristocrat and a starving artist into his web of passion and deceit, Constanta realizes that her beloved is capable of terrible things. Finding comfort in the arms of her rival consorts, she begins to unravel their husband's dark secrets. With the lives of everyone she loves on the line, Constanta will have to choose between her own freedom and her love for her husband, but bonds forged by blood can only be broken by death. I have no idea. I heard a lot of good things about this one as well. This is pretty short too, only 233 pages. So the next ones are books that some of you guys chose. So first up is Our Wives Under the Sea by Julia Armfield. I've seen this book on so many people's top books of 2022, so I couldn't wait to jump into it. This is, I thought it was sci-fi, but the library has it as not in the sci-fi section, but I have no idea. Let's see. Guys, I'm sorry I'm reading the inside of these books because I don't know what they're about, but I like when people do that. It gives me more of an idea of what the book's about. So let's see. This one, Leah is changed. A marine biologist. She left for a routine expedition months earlier, only this time her submarine sank to the seafloor. When she finally surfaces and returns home, her wife, Mary, knows that something is wrong. Barely eating and lost in her thoughts, Leah rotates between rooms in their apartment, running the taps morning and night. Whatever happened in that vessel, whatever it was the crew was supposed to be studying before they were stranded, Leah has carried part of it with her onto dry land and into their home. As Mary searches for answers, desperate to understand what happened below the water, she must face the possibility that the woman she loves is slipping from her grasp. So I've heard this is kind of sad from what I understand. I have no idea, but we will see. Another short book. This one is only like over, let's see, about 220 pages. So next up is Light from Uncommon Stars by Rika Aoki. This is, I'm pretty sure, yeah, sci-fi. I'm excited because this actually is some of my goals was to read more sci-fi and also diversify authors. And I've never read a book from this author before, so I'm excited about this. This one again, sorry, I don't know what it's about. Let's see. So this one says, Shizuka Satomi made a deal with the devil. To escape damnation, she must entice 7 other violin prodigies to trade their souls for success. She has already delivered 6. When Katrina Nguyen, a young transgender runaway, catches Shizuka's ear with her wild talent, Shizuka can almost feel the curse lifting. She's found her final candidate. But in a donut shop off a bustling highway in the San Gabriel Valley, Shizuka meets Lan Tran, a retired starship captain, interstellar refugee, and mother of 4. Shizuka doesn't have time for crushes or coffee dates, what with her very soul on the line. But Lan's kind smile and eyes, like stars, might just redefine a soul's worth. And maybe something as small as a warm donut is powerful enough to break a curse as vast as the California coastline. I heard this is very heartwarming, so I can't wait to read it. Another sci-fi fantasy book. I think this is more sci-fi, I'm not sure. We'll find out. Is The Blood Trials by N.E. Davenport. Another new author for me I'm excited about. I'm assuming this is adult. Sci-fi fantasy. Oh, that's a long... Let me see if I can try to summarize this for us. I have no idea what this is about. Not gonna lie, I still don't really know what this book is about. We're just gonna go with a little bit of what Goodreads says about it. It says, blending fantasy and science fiction, N.E. Davenport's fast-paced, action-packed debut kicks off a duology of loyalty and rebellion in which a young black woman must survive deadly trials in a racist and misogynistic society to become an elite warrior. That sounds awesome. It's all about blood. The blood spilled between the Republic of Marine and the armies of the Blood Emperor long ago. The blood gifts of Marine's deadliest enemies, the blood that runs through the elite war houses of Marine, the rulers of the tribunal dedicated to keeping the Republic alive. Sounds great. I've heard, again, nothing but wonderful things about this. I love that it's a duology, so it's not something super long, and I think this, I have no idea, just kidding. I have no idea when the second book comes out, but I've seen this book floating around a lot, so I'm excited to read this as well. Next up is Wonderland by Jennifer Hillier. I read her book Jar of Hearts. I absolutely loved it so much. That one was kind of had like serial killer vibes in it. This is a horror book, and I don't know if it takes place in a carnival or it says it's a thriller. I don't know, horror thriller. I think this is Gabby from Gabby Reads, one of her book troop picks. It might even be January, I'm not sure, but I've seen it around a lot. And let's see what this is about. Again, don't know too much. This is horror thriller, so I don't want to know too much. I'm just going to read the first paragraph. So it says, welcome to Wonderland. By day, it's a magical place boasting a certain retro charm. Excited children, hands sticky with cotton candy, run frenetically from the giant octopus ride to the spinning sombrero. While the tinkling carnival music of the giant Wonder Wheel, the oldest Ferris wheel in the Pacific Northwest, fills the air. But before daybreak, an eerie feeling descends. Maybe it's the Clown Museum, home to creepy wax replicas of movie stars and a massive collection of antique porcelain dolls. Oh no. Or maybe it's the terrifying Real House of Horrors. Or maybe it's the dead, decaying body left in the midway for all the wonder workers to see. So that sounds fun. This one's kind of long. It's over 400 pages. You know, when I'm reading like horror and thrillers, when they start pushing like to the 400 and 500 page mark, I start getting a little antsy. I just feel like horrors and thrillers don't necessarily need to be that long. At least I haven't, well, except for Swan Song. That was amazing. So let me just stop talking. Yeah, this one is over 400 pages. So I'm going to save this towards the end of the month. Lastly is Kushiel's Dart. This is a fantasy book. This is another chunker. This is almost 900 pages. I will also probably save towards the end of the month. I know this has some steamy stuff in it. That's all I know. And that there's political intrigue and a really strong female lead. So let's see. It says, a young woman with a unique gift pricked by Kushiel's dart. She is bound to forever experience pain and pleasure as one. Trained equally in the courtly arts and the talents of the bedchamber, she is able to observe, remember, and analyze her clients and learn their darkest secrets through her scarlet wave of passion. One of those secrets reveals a plot that threatens the very foundation of Terdania. Treachery sets her on her path. Love and honor goad her further and will take her to the edge of despair and beyond. I know there is a lot of books in this series. I think there's like a trilogy and then another trilogy. I'm not sure, but I'm hoping to, love this. It's definitely different than any other fantasy books that I've read, so I am excited to read this. I think I have a buddy read for this book, but this might kind of bleed into March because, like I said, this is pretty thick, and I've got quite a few books here, and February is short, and it's my anniversary, and it's Valentine's Day, and the Super Bowl, and my booktube anniversary, which is actually January 31st. So no, but still, it's close enough. But yeah, so this might actually be end of February, early March, but you never know. But yeah, that's all I have. That's all I'm going to try to commit to this month. That's still, it's a lot of books, but a lot of them are short. So Thank you to everyone who posted on my Instagram posts or my community posts with your choices. I really appreciate it. I'm excited to read these books. They all sound very different and new authors for me, diverse authors for me, and I love that. So thank you guys again. Let me know what you guys are reading below. I love to hear it. And as always, thank you so much for stopping by. I will chat with you guys again soon, and have a wonderful day. See ya.